Toshinken technique. Oh. AJL Dual Anime coming at you with another video, and it's a special video. I know I say I hype up all my videos, but this is special. Why? Because we're talking about Fist of the North Star. Oh my god. Fist of the North Star. God damn it. Man, I came across this series from a recommendation from way back ago. I've seen this actually way back ago, like 3 years ago. But I got back into this series by a recommendation from Mr. Falcon Punch 996. He's a fellow supernova of mine from my collaboration channel, The 11 Supernovas. Go check out his channel. He's a very good friend of mine. Do that. Alright. Brief little shout out to him. But I got back into the series after a 3-year hiatus. And I didn't even finish it. I got off probably because I was watching the anime earlier. But I came back. I finished it. All 245 chapters. And I must say... I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Fist of the North Star. Kenshiro, Rei, Toki. Wow. Man. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z or Yu Yu Hakusho or just any type of shonen battle manga, you're going to like this. You're going to like this series. And a lot of people don't know about this series. That's why it's in the Intro-Manga. I'm trying to introduce this manga to people who don't know about this series. And not people, it's either you've heard about it and haven't gotten around to doing it, which is just freaking dumb, do it now, and you haven't heard about it and I'm telling you about it for the first time, which you should still check it out now if you're hearing it now. So I'm going to give a brief summary of how this story starts off. The main protagonist's name is Kenshiro. He is selected as a warrior, and his warrior title is called Fist of the North Star. And basically, he is trained under an elder in a camp where a lot of people are learning Hakuto no Ken, and other people are learning Nanto no Ken. And what this basically is the Fist of the North Star and the Fist of the South Star. And they come together to create harmony with them fighting each other. The fist, there can only be one Fist of the North Star, but there could be different branches of the Fist of the South Star. Okay? You follow me so far? You got me? Okay. There's a spin-off series of this series called Fist of the Blue Sky. And this was a Weekly Shonen Jump manga, which was serialized in, obviously, Weekly Shonen Jump magazine from 1983 to 1988. And it was published by Shusa. Fuck it. They do everything, basically. If you look on any wiki, they publish everything. They're a big company in Japan, which goes into manga publishing. But basically, the story starts off with Kenshiro fighting to win back the love of his fiancée named Yurio, or Julia. And Shin, at the beginning of the story, is the antagonist, the villain who's preventing this from happening. And he is one of the disciples of the Fist of the South Star. And I think he may be one of the strongest, but it doesn't matter to me. Shin betrays Ken, and they were good friends. And he's the one who puts 7 holes inside of the man with 7 holes. And he's the Fist of the North Star. Kenshiro, I'll tell you off the back, is on a revenge ploy to be able to hunt down Shin and face off with him, because Shin wants to create a type of own kingdom for himself. And a lot of themes that happen into the story is that people want to capitalize off of the weak and to be able to build a kingdom for the strong. Rao wants to do it, Toki wants to do it, Ken has no interest in doing it. He wants to protect those who can't defend themselves, and he has a self-righteous act upon making sure that children and women are safe. You can see that when he goes and chases after those wolf bandits, and he faces after those monsters, when he typically forces the bartender to watch after the kids, which is funny because he says he pokes the bartender, and he says, if I don't return in 1 month, you'll die, because he's gonna hunt them down. But no, one of the awesome aspects and why I think you should get into the series is the type of battle the type of shonen battle manga this is. This isn't stereotypical. When you think about the artwork and how much care the mangaka put into the arc back in the 80s, and this could be coupled with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which I'll do an intro manga to that too, because that's highly underrated. Then the 80s artwork battle manga in shonen is much better than our current battle manga in shonen. And look at Fist of the North Star. You can see the detail, which is put in the blood, the fights, and everything. And everything. Now, you would think it's a seinen, but no, it's shonen. It's sold as serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump. It's cool. That was accepted back then. Yet, when you think of this series, think about the characters, the awesome character fights. But think about the two-dimensional story. When you think about the two-dimensional story, I mean, this is how a normal arc in Fist of the North Star works. Ken finds a weak person. A strong person oppresses the weak person. Ken defends the weak person. And then there's a boss who works towards that person who was oppressing the weak person. Then Ken elevates to defeating certain enemies to reach that boss. And then Ken fights the boss. And then he poses somewhat of a challenge. And then Ken whoops his ass. And then we start off the cycle again. And it doesn't get really interesting until you reach like the far, far end of the series. Or when you reach with Ray and his side conflict with finding his sister. Or that's early. And also with Ken and how he finds Rao and how he has to face his former brothers from training in the Fist of the North Star style. But this series is good for those of you who want a character relationship with the main protagonist. And even though this series doesn't have a compelling story, it's pretty two-dimensional. This series gives like great character relationships when you think of regards into helping the weak and suppressing others and making sure that Kenshiro rises up to be the man that he needs to be in the setting of the story. You see, the setting of the story is in a post-apocalyptic world hosted by plenty of people. Plenty of people died from nuclear war that happened inside of the world just crushing itself. It's in 1990X, and it's just crazy. Go check out this series. Go check out this series. A lot of fans can be attracted to it. I think a lot of shoujo fans will be attracted to it because of the heartfelt moments that happen after the fights and before the fights. And a lot of, shonen seinen fans will get a great entertainment from it, from the fights, from the action scenes of it, and from even some story elements put in place of it. It's not the perfect series, and it doesn't have top quality work, but it was the most selling Shonen Jump, and it hits the records for being the most selling of all time. So that gives you something. In its era from the 80s, it was the most selling of its time, but this was before DBZ hit the scene. So this was on the throne before DBZ was on the throne. Think about that. Alright guys, it's been Dual Killing Anime. Like or dislike the video, it does not matter. You've had all the quality content with none of the filler, and if you don't know what that is and you need to watch more anime, please check out Fist of the North Star, or I'll Hakuto no Ken your ass into submission. Peace out, you guys. You are shocked.